Okay everyone, today we would be adding a client to this server. Now as you can see, this is my server here running. That is Windows Server 08. Firstly, we will need to add a role as well as run DC promo and change our IP addresses. So first let us run add a role. So you click on add roles, which is in the server manager. We click on next and we select what we're doing, which is the Active Directory domain services. So we click on that and then next again, and we are going to install it. So just hold while we install the active role. Okay, so the role has been installed successfully, as you can see here, and then we now have to go on to install the DC promo. Here you're seeing a link which is underlined in blue to install the DC promo, but I'm going to show you another way of how you can do that. So we close this and then we can go to the start menu, click on run, and you simply type in DC promo. Okay, and see here it will come up automatically and you can now go ahead and install the same. Now this box came up asking if we want to select an existing forest or create a new domain in a new forest. We will select create a new domain because that is what we do intend to do today. Now you have to enter your own domain's name. I will enter my domain name as osp.net. Next. Of course, we move on to the next box. Now this is Windows Server 08, and yes, it's a DNS server. Just click next, and as I've said earlier, we will be changing or adding the IP addresses, so we will click yes, that we are going to have the system automatically assign it for us. Do you want to continue? Yes. Next. And we will be entering a password. You can enter something simple. It doesn't have to be any, well, at least something that you will remember. And here you'll see where the DC promo DNS installation is installing. Okay, after it's installed, we will then continue. Okay, so here you can see that the DC promo has been installed. So we just click on finish. And it's asking us to restart, so we restart now. In the background you see here that we're running Vista, which will be our client, of course. Now in the meanwhile, while the server is rebooting, we would come over to this client and install the IP addresses, as well as we will then set it up so that when the server comes back up, we'll be able to join the booth. Alright, so in order to do so, we will go to the Network and Sharing Center. Alright, and we need to have this network discovery on, which we do. We need to turn on file sharing, apply. Okay, so we're just waiting for that to apply the settings. Right, we need to turn off the password protection. And turn on public sharing. Okay, so now again in the Network and Sharing Center, we need to have network discovery on, file sharing on, and public sharing on, but the password protection would be off. Okay, so now we move to manage network connections, where we will go into properties to assign our IP addresses. Now the IP version 6 must be turned off. We will be using the version 4, so go into properties. The IP address we will be using is 192.168.0.1, and the subnet mask will come up automatically. The DNS server will be the same, 192.168.0.1. Okay, close. Alright, so let's go back to the server. It should be up and running by now. Okay, so we have to sign back in as the system restarted. And you see here the name has been adjusted, as our domain is now osp.net. So if you can see here, once everything is loaded, you'll see where the role was added and the promo was set up. Okay, so we go on to the network and sharing. Alright, so we do the same. You can see here everything is connected. The name of this server computer is Trinidad. The domain is osp.net, and everything looks okay for now until we just add the booth. Doing the same, it would be a different address when we will enter .2 instead of .1. Okay. So this will be .2. And sorry, what happens here is because we want to add the client to the server, the client has to go back to the IP address 1, which is the server. So that's what we're entering in the preferred DNS, and we're doing that in the default gateway. Okay. Alright, so you're seeing here that the system is trying to identify, make sure that everything is connected. We can also disable and enable to just to reboot it so that it will show up all the connections. Alright, so then since we have now done the IP addresses, what we will be doing is moving on so that we can see both of them connecting with each other.